Hello and welcome. So this is pick a pile reading, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. So please choose between pile 1, 2 or 3 which you would like to hear from. So we have messages from fairies, butterflies, dragons, all sorts of things here. So pick card 1, 2 or 3. So if you've picked card 1 here, this is your reading. So we'll just put these two to one side. Hopefully you have picked card 1, 2 or 3. So the first aspect is beauty. So within beauty, we have that amazing time where this dragon is on an orchid. Now the orchids have been revered throughout history as being beautiful, everlasting. Beauty within ourselves is everlasting. You see the dragon here looking at you and go, aren't I beautiful? It is on the inside that we need to see our beauty. So it's also a reminder to look outside in nature for the beauty and simplicity of our lives. So that's one aspect that we need to look at. The second aspect of your reading is the Time Guardian. Now within the Time Guardian here, the Time Guardian is here to remind us that maybe we are doing things too fast and you feel like you have no time. So the Time Guardian dragon is here to say, I can help with that. If you feel you're running out of time, this dragon is very like Archangel Metatron to stop time, to help you with your time schedule. So the simplicity is reminded to live in the moment, to create more stillness, to create more time. So time is of the essence, but you don't have to rush things, looking at things in a simplistic and beautiful way. Okay? Your next card is Destiny. So when you have the Dragon of Destiny, it's to remind you that you do have a set destiny. This dragon is here to remind that pushing things that are unachievable is also here. So it reminds us that we have to work in collaboration and in harmony with those things around us. So it's not pushing the other way and struggling, it's to go with the flow. So when we really pay attention to the beauty of ourself, the beauty of our destination and destiny, then we can find a better aspect within ourselves. So it's looking inside and really knowing that you do have time. These two dragons are great because they look at each other. So looking at each other is a form of knowing that time is our time. This is your time to complete your destiny, your time to believe in yourself and have that true beauty inside and outside, to be able to go with the flow and realise you are an important person. So what time are you halting the time? Are you kind of making, I don't have time to do what I want? So these two cards really do go hand in hand. Paying attention to your life's destiny and the beauty of who you are. So another aspect is beauty again. And that's two messages that you've picked, which is beauty. So the beauty of who you are inside and out is so important. This particular fairy is saying have time for yourself, to realise that you can have time to yourself. This is an encouragement to have facials, massage, do your hair. Realise that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And what we think may not be in fashion is our individuality. So to be individual in your own beauty and to recognise that will help you along that way. So to have beauty is very important. So try and make a realization what beauty is for yourself. So it's a double message here that you guys who picked pile 1 need to look at what beauty truly is, the simplicity of life itself. also for end of an era. So maybe for you guys, something is starting to shift focus, because remember, we do have these dragons of destiny. So destiny is a kind of not struggling to end the era, but realize with new endings come new beginnings. So this is why an end of an era. Maybe you've transcended into something, moved away from something, but it is an end of an era. When we look at things to change and follow our destiny in cooperation with everyone else, then that is the end of an era of being alone, feeling perhaps that you are not beautiful, feeling perhaps time has run out for you. So this is why the Destiny Dragon is here, and also the Time Guardian, to give yourself time, pay back to yourself, really appreciate who you are as a person. So that's some things to ponder over, that the eye of the beholder is beauty, but give yourself time to beautify yourself and realize, see, these butterflies are very similar, aren't they? So all this is very, very interesting to see the power of yourself. Yellow does stand for that power. Paying yourself here, more purple is about your intuitive side. So being intuitive about your destiny and being beautified within that decision. So maybe you guys have decided something surrounded beauty, beautification. Maybe paying attention to your home and just changing one little thing to make things inspire you. Pay attention to your intuition, but know that you are beautiful inside and out. Okay? So that's very good for pile 1. So if you chose pile 2, these are your cards. Let's have a look. So first of all, we have beginnings. So beginnings are very, very important. The daffodil is a signification of a new beginning. Daffodils are that beautiful, happy card to show us that within our power of yellow and within that beauty of moving forward is a new beginning. Now, some people don't really understand that they can start anything at any time. They think, well, it's not the right time, or I'll do it on next week, or I'll do it tomorrow. So if we don't begin something, it's very much like the Fool card. If we don't trust in ourselves to begin something, it doesn't get done. So you can see here with the violet copper dragon, it's all about that start. Being intuitive, but also wearing the colour red with that power. So a powerful beginning. The daffodils, the bulb of the daffodil is in hibernation all through the winter, and it's reflecting, building up strength to begin to open up to the new world. Sometimes in a cold environment, but sometimes it's a new light opening up to that sunshine and really trusting in that new beginning. So this is why beginnings has started for you. Pay attention to your intuition and really start something today. This is really urging you to have that courage to be able to do so. Also, you have the lovers at the feast. Now this is a great time to nourish yourself. So this again is about trust. It's about when we have the lovers card, it's almost like that choice. So choosing to heal and choosing to nourish is so important. So your beginning may be a new way of learning to understand, to nourish yourself, to nourish your spirit, to be more healthy in body, mind and spirit is important. The reason why the lovers at the feast is here is to remind us that we have to choose healthy way of living, a healthy choice. What we eat is who we are. So it's almost like that detoxification aspect that we need to look at. Even if you do one thing that's healthy. You know, sometimes people say, bless your food. Send love to your food when you eat it, and it changes the vibration of who we are. So the lovers at the feast is really nourishing ourselves in a very calm, loving way. So your dragon is Luna, a lunar dragon. So being intuitive and really seeing that the light of the day, the light of the night is the same. It's almost like perception as well. So when we have Luna, it's a beautiful silver. So it's reflecting to us what we really need to know. So because you are looking at Luna at the moment and the reflection, what is it that is your new beginning? You perhaps already know that you need to perhaps do a little bit more loving about what you're eating. But the reflection is also about psychic awareness, beginning to see things more clearly, using your inner sense. You don't need the light of the day to shine on you. You know the way. So this is why Luna has come to you, to give you a sense of emotions that are really real and determined. Silently through the night, in the stillness of the night, is a quietness to reflect upon. So your fairing is moving forward fiercely. So this is great because it's teamed up with that new beginning. So when we move forward in a fearless aspect, we know that our intuition has kicked in because we are doing the right thing at the right time. So having a new beginning is so strong that it's almost like you can't wait. You've got that enthusiasm to move forward. So we have to trust ourselves that you are doing the right thing. So if you have a thought today or a feeling today that you want to start something, make a step. Even if you write it down, have a little plan, but move forward because now is the right time to do that. Your butterfly is religion and spirituality. So spiritually, we can see here the passion of that fragrance of beginningness, beginning to realize that you are a spiritual person. Some people like the religious side of spirituality, and others think, well, that's kind of outdated for me. I want to transform my life. But maybe you haven't even looked at religion or spirituality, and this is why it says move forward fearlessly. It's okay to check out all sorts of cultures and religion to find out what works best for you. You are that individual. So nourishing your soul at this moment in time is one of those aspects that could be the right thing for you to do. So that psychic spirituality of moving forward in a way that kind of shows that you are that spiritual person and you can nourish yourself. So pay attention to that psychicness, that intuition of learning to grow with nature and grow understanding of how you are. So it is always a choice to nourish ourselves or not. But the soul and the spirit always cries out for nourishment. We can eat and eat and eat and eat food, but if our soul isn't nourished and our spiritual side, then as a human we are going against the grain. So maybe that's something that you need to look at perhaps, the psychic beginning of the newness of spirituality for you. Okay? Very interesting for pile 2. So, if you chose pile 3, well done. Let's have a look. So, your first card is ambition. Wow. So, when we have ambition, this is a great aspect to have. It gives us that spark, that passion of life. The hollyhock is a very tall flower that reaches up to the heavens in an array of colour. So, when the painted lady comes upon it, it's almost like they can choose what colour to use, what vibration to use for their ambition. They are reaching higher than ever before. So when we see that red of passion changing to the orange, it's that drive as well. So to have that beginningness, but to reach up to achieve our ambition is very strong indeed. So if you do have an ambition for whatever it is within your own personal life, then that's brilliant. You have to make the way. The way with hollyhock, if you've ever seen hollyhock, it does get that mould and disease on it. So when we have the beginning of an ambition, we have to let it develop. We have to let those flowers seed, germinate and achieve. Okay, so what ambition have you got that you want to achieve and really make sure it goes full term? So you've also got this card, Gwyn and Olish. These are two amazing people. One's a fairy, one's a dragon. But it shows here that you may be listening, you may be hearing things. So it's an inner hearing that has a psychic ability of what we need to hear. So you can see here with the redness of the ambition of that drive, and you'll hear your inner voice. You may be hearing things in dreams. So it's very prophetic what you do here. It's connecting back to everything and everything. I know I said that twice, but that's what it is. It's everything in the universe. So when we hear our own inner voice, we have to have the ambition and drive to allow it to happen. So if you hear something, oh, I should be doing this, don't ignore it, because these are messages that have come from your higher self, giving you that drive, that determination to speak up, write it down, really listen to that. So you're beginning to kind of really get shaken up to really realise that you should be doing something about your ambitions and drive in life. So that's interesting. Wow. So also we have balance. Putting the balance within our life is a really important aspect. So sometimes you may have this new ambition and you're so overwhelmed with doing. And this is to remind yourself that, yes, it's great to have that drive and ambition and want everything to just happen all at once. But the balance is that everything has to come within each moment. If we don't get enough rest, we can't perform. If we don't nourish ourselves, we can't perform. So the doing and the resting and the reflecting of what we have to go through is essential. So this is why the balance dragon has come. It's great to get really excited about the new dreams, the new way of working, the new way of making things happen. But that's the journey. So this is the balance. It says have balance. You have to learn to walk before you can run. So we like that. Then we have the fairy letting go. So within our life, letting go of constraints and letting go to trust that this is your destiny, especially if you've heard from the higher self that your ambition is there. So again, it's reaching up to that psychic ability of hearing where you are going. So this is a really important time to let go. It's like visualizing in a bubble and sending it high up to the universe and saying, I really want this to happen. I think this is my higher self warning to actually go for what I want, whether it's a new relationship, whether it's starting your own business, starting a new learning experience. It's all the first step in self-empowering yourself. So you have to let it go. Just let that vision develop stronger and stronger within yourself. So it's reaching up for the heavens and putting that crackling energy. See that? So this is a great driving forward. And we have get some rest. So now you see here why the balance dragon was here. It's great to have that drive, determination, into the future, but we also need to get some rest. So it's very reflective about the aspect of what we are driving our ambition forward. So the drive here is listening to your higher self about what you are going to be doing, really having balance within that. So this is why it says get some rest, because within rest we can let go, reflect on, see our dreams happening, and allow our higher self to give us the messages that are needed. So this is why it's important to rest, to have those messages come through. Otherwise, if we're doing too fast all the time, we're missing a lot of those messages. So that looks good, doesn't it? So thank you for listening, guys. I hope those picker piles really worked out for yourselves. And we'll see you again next time. Lots of love.